So in the second, how many columns are there? So we also have column 4. So I will write int j is equals to 1, j is less than or equals to 4, j plus plus, right? Cout. And we only need 1 to print in the whole row, a single row. So first row has 1, second row has 2. So the value of I is going to be first of all 1. So I just print cout I, right, with a space. Now what it is going to do, it is going to traverse each row one by one, and whatever the value of row means value of I is, it is going to print the same, right? Let's just trial run this program. I and then j. I equals to 1. If int j is equals to 1, and what our expected output, let's, is this one, is this one, is this one, right? This is our expected output. I need this kind of output. So j value is 1. J is less than or equals to 4. Yes, it is. So it is going to print cout I. So we have just printed 1 here. Then again j plus plus. What's the value of j? 2. So it is going to print again 1 here. Then this will continue. J value will be j plus plus. So j value will be 3. So it is going to print again I. I value is still 1, right? So again j plus plus, it is going to be 4. So it is going to again print the value of I. Okay, now j plus plus 5. 5 is not less than or equals to 4, right? So it is going to stop this for loop. Now the term I plus plus, now 2. So in the next one, again j is equals to 1, right? J is less than or equals to 4. Yes, it is. So it is going to print again the value of I. What's the value of I? It is the, it is going to print 2 here. Again j plus plus. So j value will be 2. So it is going to print again 2. Then j plus plus. J value is again 3. So 3 is again less than 4. So it is going to print the value of I. I value is 2. So it is going to do something like this. So instead of printing I here, have you noticed the value of j? What is this? So this is going to be repeated how many times? 4 times, because for each row we have 4 columns, right? For each row we have 4 columns. And what the value of j is? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 value is there, but this is not going to print. Why? Because 5 is not less than or equals to 4. So this is not we needed. But do we have the same sequence of numbers what we are expecting here? Do we have? No. Yes. We have this sequence. How? Because I need to print each row the value 1, 2 and 4, right? And what is the value of j? J value is for the first time. Let's say I am in the first row. I am in my first row. What the value of j will be? 1. So I am going to print 1 here. J plus plus. J value is going to be incremented by 1, which means 2. So it is going to be 2 printed here. Then j plus plus 3, j plus plus 4. And when it will become 5, this is not going to print, right? So it will just stop this and it is going to end ln here. So meaning in the next row. Now again when the value of I plus plus, which means I value is 2, again j is going to be started from 1. So it is again going to repeat the same. So instead of printing I value, I can just simply print the value of j. So this is going to give the output something like this one. So trial run is very important. While trial run, you are going to analyze what our expected data is, what our expected output is, and what kind of data I have in the nested for loop. Okay, I hope you understand now. Yes, please. Uh-huh. All right, just give me some seconds. Okay. Uh-huh. Instead of. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. J should be less. Don't. Yes, don't worry about that. We are going to cover the next question based on this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Focus on now. The question was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? This is our expected output. Something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Something like this. Sorry. So we have just seen only in the change of C out, instead of printing I, we can print J. So this is going to be so this output. And if I print C out I, it is going to print this output, right? So you just need to relate how these things are going on in the nested for loop. First for loop for row and for second for loop. Yes? Uh-huh. J. You just need to trial run of the programs. It will be quite simple for you to understand. You need to have a trial run of each and every program. Okay, so do you understand, Mira, this problem? We just need to. It. Okay. Now. Okay, that's great. You have. Yes. Let me just see what the next question we need to cover based on the nested for loop, of course. So till now we have seen four programs. First one, the star one, right? Four stars. This one, and the second one, then the reverse one, and at the last the value of j, right? So try to repeat this program and try to trial run of each and every program. Now let's see what the next one. Okay, let's now try this program. We have a star here. We have a 2 star here, 3 star here, 4 star here, this one. Okay, so I need to write a program for output something like this. So this is, again, you can think of this as a tabular format. We have some rows and some columns, right? And I already told you that first for loop is going to for our row. Okay, so how many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 rows. So I am going to simply write I is equals to 1. I is less than or equals to 4 because 4 rows are there. I plus plus. Alright. So it is going to access 1 by 1 row. So for the first row, how many stars I need to print? Only 1. For the second row, I need to print 2 stars. So I need to have a nested for loop, something like this. So that for the first time, it is going to repeat only 1 time. For the second time, this is going to be looped 2 times. For the third row, it is going to repeat 3 times. Something like this kind of conditions or situation I need to create. Are you getting my point? Let's say take an example of a hungry boy. If he goes to a party, for the first time, he will just eat 1 plate. But for the second time, when he go to second time in the same party, this time it is going to have 2 plates of dinner. Third time it is going to have 3 plates for dinner. So every time when he goes to the party, he just eat that times of plate. Things is happening here. In the first row we have only 1 star. In the second row we have 2 stars. The number of row, the number of stars is same. Third row 3 stars. Fourth row 4 stars I need to be there. So I need to create some kind of for loop inside this. So for I is equals to 1. Why 1? Because 1 star is there, right? In the first column. In the second column, third column, 4 column. So 1 is definitely there, 1 star, then it is going to increment by 1, then again by 1, again by 1. So it is incrementing, right? So I need to have something like j plus plus, obviously. Okay, so this is completed. J is 1 and the next time I have j plus plus. In the next time I have j plus plus, so the value of j will be 3, right? Now I just need to print cout star. Now the question arises, what I need to apply a condition here. How many times I need to go? 4 times. J is less than or equals to 4. What it does going to do? For let's just see the output. I is equals to 1. So I value is 1. J value is 1. J value is 1. Now it is going to repeat how many times? This for loop is going to repeat how many times? 4 times. So it is going to print star 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 4 times because we have written cout 4 times. So this seems not working, right? I just only repeat this for loop, this cout first time only 1 time. I need this cout first row 1 time, second row 2 times, third row 3 times. So this kind of condition I need to apply here. So what j value should be go there? Okay, let's just concentrate on this figure. We have first row 1 star. First row means the value of I. When I value will be there, the j should be repeated how many times? One time, because first row has only 1 star. So this cout should be output only one time. So when I value is 1, j value is also 1, meaning only 1 star will be there. Okay, when I value will be 2, second row. When I value is 2, how many stars I need? 2 stars, right? So I need to repeat this j loop 1 or 2. For third row, how many stars are there? 3 rows. So I need to repeat this j value 1, 2 and 3. For fourth row, I need to repeat this j for loop 1, 2, 3, 4. So whatever the value of I is, I need to repeat that amount of time to this j. Can you see this? If I value is 1, this j should repeat only one time. If I value is 2, when I plus plus will happen, so this inner for loop should be repeated how many times? 2 times. When I plus plus will again happen, then will be 3. I value will be 3. So this time this j should be repeated how many times? 3 times. So what the condition I need to apply here? Whatever the value of I is going to repeat that amount of times, that number of times. Let's just trial run this program. Okay, so I have I value and I have j value, right? I is initialized with 1. Now j value is also going to initialize with what? 1. Is j is less than or equals to 1? What is the j value? 1. 1 is less than or equals to I value is what? I. So 1 is less than or equals to 1. Yes, it is. So it is going to print cout star. Okay. Now again j plus plus. So what's the value of j? 1. So it is going to be 2. So 2 is less than or equals to 1? No, it is not. So it is going to just skip this for loop now. This for loop has been completed. Right? So this is going to come to this cout statement. So cout in ln. So in the next line it is going to print something. Now when I plus plus means 2. This I plus plus means 2. Again j is equals to what? 1. So 1 is less than or equals to 2 because in the second row I need to have 2 stars, right? So 1 is less than or equals to 2? Yes, it is. So it is going to print star. Again j plus plus. So j plus plus value 2. So 2 is less than or equals to 2? Yes. So it is again going to print cout in the same line. When j plus plus again, so j value will be 3. So 3 is not less than 2, right? So now this is going to be stop here. Again j I plus plus. What is the current value of I? 2. So it is going to be incremented by 3. Now, how in third row, we have already have completed 2 row, right? And now we are in the third row. How many stars are there? 3 stars. So I need to repeat this cout how many times? 3 times. So that's why I have applied a condition j is less than or equals to I. Whatever the value of I is, I need to repeat this cout that number of times. So for now I value is 3. So I need to repeat this for loop how many times? 3 times because I need 3 stars. So j value will be again 1. 1 is less than or equals to 3? Yes, so it is going to print star here. Again I plus plus, sorry, j plus plus, so j value will be 2. So it is again 2 is less than or equals to 3? Yes, it is. So it is again going to print here. Now 3. So again 3 is less than or 3, so it is going to print star here. Now 4 is not less than 3, so it is going to stop here and provide a end for us. Now we are in the fourth row, right? And in the fourth row, how many times this cout needs to be repeated? 4 times. So I need a condition here so that it is going to repeat 4 times. So obviously the value of current I is what? 4, because I plus plus already happened. So the current value of I is 4. So again j is going to be start from 1. So 1 is less than or equals to 4. So how many times it is going to repeat? It is going to repeat 4 times. So again it is going to show 4 stars here. So are you getting this program? Alright, I think so. Now let's try this program. Okay, no, not this one. This one. You only need to fill out these 2 blank boxes and your program will be ready. Mhm. Less than or equals to I, and in this one cout is j. So you have understand the previous program very well. That's why you are able to solve this one very easily, right? Because we have seen that whatever the value of I is, I need to go that number of time. So for first row, for only 1 time, second row 2 time, and the j value is also incrementing in that way. First is 1, then it is going to be 1 2, then it is going to 1 2 3. So I just need to print that only, that's it. Yes, please. Mm. Mm-hmm. uh, have did you get the previous program very well? Why do I just do something like this? I is less than or equals to I. Only this condition. I need to, as long as this I value is, I need to repeat this C out that number of times, right? All right. So you have understand this j is less than or equals to I concept, right? Very well. Okay. Let's just give a trial run to this program. If you have any confusion, you just need to do a trial run. Then automatically everything will be clear to you. I value is 1, j value is also 1. Now we need to print C out j. We need to have a value like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and we can clearly see from our previous program that this I value is going to repeat for one row, it is going to repeat one time. One row it is going to repeat, second row it is going to repeat two times, right? So for j value is going to be these situations like 1, 2, 3. So I just printed j value here. So j is 1. Okay. So 1 is less than or equals to 1. Yes, it is. So I just need to print the value of j. So it is going to print 1. Now when j plus plus, so j value will be 2. Now 2 is not less than 1. So it is going to stop here and now see out end ln. So in the next line. Now I plus plus. So I value is going to be 2. And this time this for loop should be repeated how many times? 2 times, because I have to print 1 or 2. So it should repeat 2 times this C out. So now j value is again 1. 1 is less than or equals to 2, right? So it is going to print the value of j. What is the current value of j? It is 1. Now j plus plus. So it is going to increment the value of j. So 2 is also less than or equals to 2, right? So it is going to print the value of 2 as well. Now j plus plus 3. So this false, again false. So whatever the value of I is there, I need to repeat the columns accordingly. In the first row, I only have one column. In the second row, we have two columns. So this is what we are doing here. Just the printing value of I. Is it now clear? Hello? James, are you there? Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Hello? Okay. It will be more clear to you if you will just give a trial run to the program by your own. And try to trial run the program in your copy and pen, or copy and pen, not by just simply writing in your computer. Try to give a trial run to the program using your copy and pen. This is the best way to learn about for loop. Okay, now let's print something like this. Try this program. Yeah, this one. Just a small change you need to do. Actually, try by your own first. Okay, let's this for loop is for row, right? So how many rows are there? Total 5 rows are there. So I need to initialize with 1 and it should go up to 5. And it is obviously incrementing, so I will do I plus plus. Now for j value. In the first I have one column. In the second I have two columns. Right? So total how many columns are there? 4 columns. So I need to have a for loop here so that it goes 1 to 4, right? But it depends on the situation. For first row it should only go 1 to 1. For the second row it should go 1 to 2 times, right? So it is obviously going to start from 1. So I will just initialize j is equals to 1. And it is of course increasing, so j plus plus. Now, what the condition I need to apply here?
J is equal, how is less than or equal to I?
Yes, j is less than or equals to I. Because whatever the value of I is, I need to repeat this cout that number of time. And now the question arises, what I need to print here? If I, what the value I need to print here? I or j?
I now.
I. Because we can clearly see that the value of, in the first row, the value of I is 1 and I also need to print 1 here. In the second row, when I plus plus will be happen, in the second row, I value is 1. Sorry, I value is 2. And I also need to print 2 here. So this value of I is going to be printed that amount of that number of time. That's quite easy, isn't it?
Need practice
Sorry?
um we still need more practice.
Yes. These are just the sample questions I'm trying to solve. You need to solve so many questions by your own. And now let's just see a decremented one. This one. Again, first for loop for row handling. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 rows. So I need to have a situations where the rows value start from 5 only, not by 1, because we can clearly see here we have 5. So I need to initialize with 5. Now, obviously the value of I is going to be decremented. So I minus minus. Now the condition. If I start from 5, up to what I need to go? I need to go up to 1. So I value should be greater than or equals to what? 1. Because 5, first of all 5. So 5 is greater than or equals to 1. Then when I minus minus 4 will be there. So 4 is greater than or equals to 1. So this will continue like this until 1 is greater than or equal to 1. So I just applied the same condition. I should be greater than or equals to 1. Now, okay, so we have done with our first for loop. Now the time for second one. Column. Again. What the value of j should be initialized? 5, because we can clearly see here that the value is in the decremented form. Now, j is obviously, of course, minus minus should also be there. Now, what the condition I need to apply here? It's just the opposite of our previous one. In our first row, we have 5 columns. In the second row, we have 4 columns. Right? In the third row, we have 3 columns. Fourth row, 2 columns. And fifth row has only 1 column. Right? So if let's say I value is 5, I need some kind of a condition so that this j value should be repeated how many times? This cout statement should be repeated how many times? 5 times. Right? So let's do one thing actually. Instead of 5 here or plus minus minus, j plus plus and I value should be 1 because I need in the first row 5 times. So j value should be go 1 to 5. In the second row it should go to 1 to 4 because we need second column 4, second row 4 columns, third row 3 columns. Right? This is our situations. So what the condition I need to apply here? J should be less than or equals to what? Of course I. Why? Because let's think of a situation when I value is 5 and we have started from 1 here, so it will go 1 to 5. Next time I minus minus, so I value will be 4. So how many times it will go? 1 to 4 time, right? This way is going to repeat 1 to 4. When I minus minus 3, so how many this cout is going to be repeated? 1 to 3. So this is what we want here. This will take some time and practice too, but if you trial run the program, you are going to master of this. And what data I need to print? I, because first time I value is 5, so I'm going to print 5 times. When the value of I will be 4, I need to print the I again. Right?
Yes.
So this is very easy one. Now let's try this program. This one. Again, how many rows are there? 5 rows are there. So I is equals to 5. Why I am going to use 5 here? Because we have started the printing values in descending order. So that's why I have initialized with 5. And again I should be minus minus because it is going to decrement the value. Okay, so I need such kind of a situation where I can just print the value of 5 4 3 2 1. So j value inner for loop will be something like that. It is going to start from 5, so I will print j is equals to 5 and up to what I need to go? Up to I need to go 1. So I need to have a conditions where j should be greater than or equals to. So instead of doing I is equals to 5 here, I need to initialize with 1. Why I am doing so? Because I need have a conditions which go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Somewhere it should stop. Next time 5, 4, 3, 2. Second time it should stop at the 2. 5, 4, 3. Third time it should stop up to 3. So when I value will be 1, this for loop should be goes up to 5 to 1. Then in the second row it will go to 5 to whatever the value of I value will be incremented, which means 2. So 5 to 2. In the third time when I plus plus, so it is going to 5 to print up to 3. So I is less than or equals to 5 and j is greater than or equals to I, j minus minus, because we are decrementing the value of j. And now what I need to print here? Whether the value of I or j? J. Because j's value is goes up to 5 to, let's say we are in our first row. So it is going to start in first row and it will go up to 5 to 1, right? 5 is greater than or equals to 1. This goes to 5 to 1. Now when we are in the second row, so the 5 value should be go to 5 to I value, whatever the I value is. So I value is 2. So 5 to 2. In the third row, we need to go 5 to 3. This is what we expect to be print here. So this is how it is going to be look like. To understand this more easily, you need to have practice. I'll just simply search for any website and let you know about the programs, okay? The one which I know is this .NET Tutorials. These are the basics program, but it is in C#. I have written all of those. This is not my website, but I have worked on this website. So you have this star pattern program, this one, this one, and how you can print this I already have explained that one. So you need to cover this area, okay? Star pattern program, I'll just share the link. And this only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 programs, not more than that for now only. Okay, just keep practicing. See you in the next class. Thank you for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good night, James.
Good night.